TouchForce was born amidst the COVID, so we are 6 months old. And as His Highness Sheikh Rashid Al Maktoum has clearly identified and made a statement that UAE is going to be back before anybody else. And we believe in that vision, and hence we thought, during the process of being in COVID as well, we set up TouchForce. Our vision has always been empowering companies with technology, solutions which will enhance productivity. And the best way to do it is bring in from the rest of the globe technologies into the territory. And people have been waiting, and companies have been waiting to get into this GCC or UAE to be in specific, and make sure they bring the technology which creates a lot of value add for the companies here. Yeah. Taking that as our motto, we say we connect the dots. Okay. Right? That's your model. Yeah, that's our model. Yeah, and we scale. We have a platter of solutions starting from artificial intelligence, drone technology, performance monitoring solutions, and the best is Israelis' cybersecurity. So we believe that this is not going to be work from home, it's going to be work from anywhere, okay? And I think we need to be very cautious in order to empower our staff, empower our clients and our vendor partners in order to make sure the journey is seamless. And that's where TouchForce brings value add into the GCC and the MENA. And to be honest, in the last 6 months, we've established ourselves in 5 different countries. And it's been a phenomenal journey. It's been work from anywhere for all our partners. And I think we have clearly established a reason why this MENA region and the GCC needs to be looked at the next powerhouse after Europe. Yeah, absolutely. So if you look at work from anywhere now, work from home in the last 6 months, you've done it, I've done it, everybody's done it. The one factor is making sure there's customer experience is always at its best, right? Yeah. And how do you do that? If you don't have the tools, you're a strike off. Exactly. So somebody needs to, identify that gap. And somebody needs to bring the razor-sharp technologies into organizations which will empower the portfolio of excellent customer service, yeah. Or the most valuable ticketing size today is customer service. Yeah. So you need to check those boxes, and that's what TouchForce actually does. No, not really. To be honest, as long as you're within the boundaries of data protection, okay? So you really need to be very sure that you're going to be providing the service on the telemetric data. You're not going to be using customer profiles out of the region. And that's how data centers help in different parts of the globe. So as long as you fall into that criteria and you're able to take just the zeros and ones and then bring back intelligence and give it to the executive team all the way to the team leaders and the agents in a single window pane dashboard, yeah. You're in for something big. Look, two most important factors. Revenue leakage, one. Revenue leakage? Yeah, one. Second one is productivity. All right, so if I'm going to empower, for example, a bank, we currently work with one of the biggest banks in Africa. I can't mention the names for security reasons. But if they're scaling from 25 million customers to 100 million customers in the next 2-3 years, what do you think they would be looking at? The one key factor is every employee in their organization is on top of his production, yeah. Performance, yeah. Right? Yeah. Now, how do you identify that? You need in all ages, or the entire landscape, you need visibility. Yeah. Right? In terms of measuring that? Measuring that. Yeah. We bring the technology. Top that up. If you're scaling from 25 million to 100 million, and you have the most important factor called cyber threats that's going on right now, and if this is done right now in a dynamic environment, what happens? that security is going to make sure you are not going to be rated low by the people who are actually going to be using it. We bring that technology as well. The third, there's always a touch point from an end user to the organization. How do you contact them? You contact them through chats, to phone calls, to emails. There are multiple ways. Yeah. Now, how are you going to measure that you're able to service your clients within a specific SLA? Because data there's tons and millions of data coming into your organization. One of my clients who I deal with, my partners who I've actually bought into GCC, I'll do mention their names. They process 700 million data points a month.
How do you give them visibility on that?
We do that. That's the technology. All my technologies are artificial intelligence powered. AI powered. All these technologies are self-learning, machine learning, all right? And they bring personas and they learn by themselves. So over a period of time, they become intelligent for the organization to realize that, hey, this is not just post-issue aspects we're dealing with. I'm giving you predictive analysis of what might happen in your organization if your architecture or your infrastructure has some changes. Well, I will tell you, 9 out of 10 times, we know the pain points, yeah? And when you're scaling straight away on the cloud, we also know how long the delay is going to be, why the delay might be, because we have case studies, all right? So, for example, let me talk about Neurolegion as one of the Israeli companies which we partnered with. Phenomenally, the only dynamic application security testing in the globe. The only. People claim a lot. The purpose-built DAST solution, which is targeted at application security, it's targeted at developers, it's targeted at QA and DevOps. Wow. Notch it up a bit more. Everybody does web application testing. Neurolegion brings in API. API security testing. Now, you don't even top that up another notch and say, I'm going to bring you 0 false positives in your entire landscape. So they bake their entire security across the entire landscape of their organization. Now, what does that do? It gives organizations like banks, e-commerce players, people who use checkouts, need to define what industry they are from. How about if this technology automatically does that and identifies even the business logic vulnerabilities?
And the technology can do that.
Technology does that. It's doing that. And we're now in Middle East. We are now in GCC area.
And you're sort of deploying and applying.
Absolutely, absolutely. Now, this gives the organization the wow factor to please its customers. One of the biggest UAE's government services, head of technology, has been there for about 20 years. Said, we haven't seen anything like this before. It's not.
Game changing stuff.
Sorry?
It's game changing.
Yeah, it's game changer. And it's the ease of use. It's the ease of implementation. Do you actually have to change any hardware or technology in your existing infrastructure to onboard this technology? Not at all. They come with pre-integrated technology.
So there's no rip and replace?
No rip and replace. You sail through. So it picks up.
So that's appealing, obviously. To
absolutely. So it's like, how easy is it for you to get into Facebook? You need a username and a password. That's all you need.
Yeah.
And then it automatically, that's where AI comes in, Yeah. Without that, we would be history. So fast forward another 5 years. Today, your patience level on a mobile app is less than 3 seconds. If the page doesn't load, you're
You're
off,
gone.
you're gone.
Yeah. We have no tolerance for that anymore. It's that expectations have gone too far.
So imagine from the DevOps team all the way till the journey of a checkout, me and you as the owner of a business would like to know, where did that transaction fail?
Of course. Yeah. So
Wait.
they're able to correct it and avoid it happening.
Is it a third party? Is it internal? Are my customers happy? It's all about customer experience.
All about customers.
And we, UAE especially, having a ministry for customer experience speaks volumes. No other country.
We won't go that way. There's a ministry for AI as well.
Absolutely, for AI. And as His Highness Sheikh Maktoum, the Prime Minister, as he said, we really want UAE to be completely empowered and ready to implement AI technologies. We synchronize with his vision, and I think it's key for organizations.
You're aligned with the objectives.
Absolutely.
Which is to empower people and enhance their lives. And that's what you're doing.
Yeah, it was, and the beauty is SaaS is on the go. We have no restrictions in terms of what territories. We've got Ghana, we've got New Zealand, we've got UK, we've got India, we've got Ireland,
Yeah.
and you've got UAE. And now we're just nudging our neighbors.
Not to their neighbours. Yeah.
You go, Wani?
Come on, say.
Come on, and these technologies, all these three which I've mentioned, which are in our portfolio, Neurolegion, New Relic, Amplify AI, they bring real value add.